Okay, we're back for another family historic letter. This is a letter from John Thomas Fenlon to Dad, or Frank. It's dated December 1st, 1952. You can see the envelope. I love it. Hugh F. Fenlon, Esquire, at 912 Beaverbrook Drive. There were two letters in here. One 6-page letter and one 4-page letter. The 6-page letter was dated December 1st. The 4-page letter was Saturday, November 29th. So, I don't know. Actually, no, the 6 pages, I can't even make out the date on it. It might have been a little bit later. So maybe this one, the 29th, is what was in this December 1st postmark. But anyway, I'm going to give this one a try. It's tough to read. As you can see, it scribbles. I'm going to see if I can put a copy of the letter on this video. We'll see how that works out. But let me see if I can make this out. November 29th, 1952. Dear Frank and Mimi, I was pleased to get the pictures of your new home. Although such a summal picture are only a suggestion, underlined, of what a house can be. When Tom was here on Thanksgiving with all the children, I told him we had gotten the pictures, and I asked him for more about the details of the purchase, such as his looking after the title, etc. He told me that Joe you referred to as the lawyer he referred you to. That he had been in Georgetown with him and was a lawyer in Atlanta. I said, now go into details about what the property cost on, etc. I would like to know that all the legal work was attended to by Joe or someone else. Generally, I gather from your letter that the house appears to be in a plot with trees around it, somewhere more or less in the suburbs of Atlanta. Tell us, is it near the center of Atlanta or where? How much land is the plot and how much you paid for the plot and house, so that you have to pay yearly on the mortgage. What rate pay yearly on the what? Oh, rate of interest on the mortgage. We may prone, if any, under may unfortunately happen to you such if any something may unfortunately happen to you, such as an accident or a grave sickness, that Mimi and the children will not have to call on relatives to keep the protect you and the family from such affliction. You and Mimi are in your prime of life, beginning to start ahead in a new land among new neighbors. A few years ago, all the branches of our family were centered around Pelham. Now each branch is centered in different section of the U.S. your family in Georgia, Ellie, or maybe Elizabeth, E-L-I-Z, Liz in Washington, Bob and Kath in Ken, something, Ren, something, R-E-N, for a time, actually, probably back in Westchester. Ed for official home, not sure. Dow, no doubt, finally in Hartford. Mary, probably in Michigan, where Ken retires. I do not think Ken will even live in Bay Res of his, if his father should die there. Somebody will finally be the home of the Pete. What will finally be the home of the Pete and Claire family? God only can tell. Now that Pete is in Colorado Springs, Claire seems more or less of something ever timing with Pete. More or less something with Pete. I am going to write Pete again with an urgent appeal for the sake of the 3 grown children to try for a central home for the Pete family in Washington or someplace where he will be sent to a final post. If he could be promoted to be at least colonel as a final position, he said that he had been asked for to come to Colorado. It is stranger. It is something that he gets so well with those he works under, and Claire, the Harv so lousy or something that's been so how's it been his greetings? I'm not sure about that. You might buy them and say, you might write him and say, Tom, Ed, and you love and want to be with your families, and Pete, the last son with family is so different. You remember our trip to Boston when you were going to MIT. It was a something enjoy. Something one. I don't remember whether he was with us when we went to your graduation. We saw something Boston on that something. Your mother seems a most your mother, maybe your brother. Your brother seems the most maybe it is your mother seems the most unrelenting on him. He merely sent me a telegram from Colorado, but no letter for my birthday. Your mother writes to Patty and sent her $1 in each letter, but she has something loving words for Pete. Oh, she has no loving words for Pete. Oh, okay. I do not think anyone in the family writes him. Do you or Mimi write to Claire? Both of you might try your efforts on both of theirs for the children's sake and the something goodwill in the entire family. I believe there is a general goodwill in all of the nations of the earth, a spreading of peace in the whole earth by the Eisenhower Elton. I voted for Eisenhower as something of goodwill to comply with the whole family. Your mother has been having trouble with her foot arches for a few days and needs sympathy. I am fine. Much love to the family. Write a letter I can read. So that was the first letter from John Thomas to Dad. Like I said, there's another one that's 4 pages, and I might do that in another video. We'll see, but that's all for this one.